Mr. Governor, to this very august occasion. You're welcome, Mr. Governor. Please, the national anthem.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. Hang on to our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
Anambra anthem.
With all our hearts, we pray and ask, God bless Anambra, God bless the shining light that we bear. We're the only ones to make her brighter, the only ones to make her better, the only ones to make Anambra shine. With our sweat and blood, every breath of our lives, we've trust in God, we will lift our homeland high. We believe in togetherness, we'll build a land of progress. Lift the spirit of Anambra, lift the spirit of Anambra, lift the spirit of Anambra, states we love.
Thank you very much. Please, may we be seated. Thank you. Now, Anambra, we have in our midst, like I did say a couple of minutes ago, the very man who has changed the trajectory of Anambra State. That man who insists that Anambra must feel secure and safe within their space. That man who insists that men of the underworld must have no control of even the minutest of space in Anambra State. We have in our midst in Anambra that man who insists that governance and the benefits of good governance must trickle down to the poorest of the poor. Hence, he says that the hawkers, the artisans and little traders on the street must not be taxed. We have in our midst in Anambra that man who insists that better life must get to our people. The man who said that if elected as governor of Anambra State, that the entire Anambra State will be a construction site. And that man who has brought this to practice. Please, without taking much of our time, may I introduce to you a man who himself needs no introduction. I do not speak of anyone than the very governor of our state, Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, CFR. Odeni Wagwata no Rumba, Mr. Solution. Please put your hands together for him. The Commissioner for Local Government, Mr. Charles Ngabungane. The Head of Local Government Service Commission, Barrister Vini Fanye Zaka. the Auditor General, Local Government Service Commission, Mrs. Josephine Anyebunam, mayors of our local government areas, I beg your pardon, the Commissioner for Local Government, Mr. Collins, the mayors of our local government, and of course, their councillors who are here present, the course director for this event, by which I speak of Dr. Ben Wankwoi Singidi, distinguished facilitators and resource persons who have spoken, and many more who will be speaking. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to this very august occasion, which is the General Orientation and Management Program, GOMP, for key functionaries of the local government system in Anambra State. All the members of the State Executive Council and, of course, commissioners, I say a welcome to you. Please, moving on without wasting much of our time, I want to most respectfully invite to speak to us the Commissioner for Local Government, Mr. Collins Mwabungane. Please, let's put our hands together and appreciate him as he steps forward. Yes. That is the Commissioner for Local Government, Dr. Collins Mwabungane. No.
Mr. Governor, Professor Charles Chukuma Soludo, CFR, let me stand on the well-established protocol earlier. Mr. Governor, we started this program exactly by 10 a.m. Everybody was seated here earlier. And most of the resource persons here has spoken to us, as well as goodwill messages from my colleagues. Mr. Governor, we're actually heading for lunch before we got the call that you're already on your way. Mr. Governor, I believe that the little time we have spent here today, and you can see from the faces of my colleagues who are here, that a lot of knowledge has been imparted on us. At this point, Mr. Governor, without wasting any more time, we want to call upon you to come and speak with us. Mr. Governor, to come and impart on us the wisdom of knowledge and how to drive this local government administration for a better tomorrow. Thank you, and God bless you. And declare it open, Mr. Governor. Thank you, sir.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here. Zobu, zobu, enyimba, master.
Toya dike, nenu dike. Toya dike, nenu dike. Iye jamara dike ruenu, ekwe chenjigo. Iye jamara dike.
Please be seated. I can say the Honorable Commissioner for Local Government are very distinguished resource persons from far and near. Our mayors, deputy mayors. I understand. Are they already at lunch? Because I'm hearing quite some we have the mayors, the deputy mayors, and who else? Are the councillors here? The councillors, are you here? I was wondering because there was supposed to be 326 of you. And heads of local governments, various services of local governments. The place is very well, I mean, the attendance is quite huge. let me rest on the protocol which I presume must have been duly established. Ladies and gentlemen, the very first point I want to make is to apologize to you profusely for not being here at the very beginning. I think there are about 3 clashes on my schedule today. In fact, they just came and reminded me while I was in one of them now, because they told me actually you were closing by 2. And I said, okay, since you are here for 3 days, I will be able to pop in any moment before you close for the 3 days. But when they then alerted me that you guys are still here, I said, no, then what the heck? Let me rush in, be able to see your beautiful faces, and wish you well. That's why I have come, and so my deepest apologies. My deepest apologies. I should have been here at 10 o'clock to kick it off, but that was also the time the other event was also kicking off. And part of the events was almost part of the formalities of moving into the new government house, Governor's Lodge. And I've just come from there. So, apologies given, and I hope accepted. Thank you very much. The next is to have the opportunity. I think I've seen the councillors before. I've seen the mayors. But I haven't had the opportunity in a group like this to see the deputy mayors. And so, let me also use this opportunity to say big congratulations to all of you for the honor of serving Anambra State as the deputy mayors. And to the other staff of local governments, I also appreciate you. Having said that, this particular orientation program, seminar, conference, if you call it a retreat, anywhere you describe it, ought to have happened way back, probably sometime last year. As soon as the elections were over, you were sworn in, this particular orientation program ought to have happened. But better late than never. It's coming a little bit late, but it's also even more useful, because now I want to believe why it might even be more useful at this point is that it enables you to be, you have already tried to practice some things. You have noticed some challenges, and now you must be better prepared to participate, ask the right kind of questions, and you will go home enriched better. Isn't it so? I want to appreciate, like I said it before, let me appreciate the resource persons. I understand some of the lectures have been given, and I have no doubt, I have no doubt that there must be first rate, and that we are here as mayors, deputy mayors, councillors, and the heads of administrations and so on at the local government system will benefit immensely from your wealth of experience, from your knowledge, and so on and so forth. Let me just, while declaring, and I won't take more of your time because you're already at lunch break. So this isn't the moment to start speaking, as with the way we say in Nigeria, plenty grammar about anything else. Nor would I want to preempt some of the things that you will be discussing during this retreat or orientation program, however you describe it. But just to say, first, to remind us our purpose in government. Our purpose is to serve. Our purpose is to do what? Our purpose is to serve. In every endeavor you undertake in life, once you miss the purpose, then it's a roller coaster. If you don't have your eye on the destination, if you don't have a destination that is defined, any road will take you there. So, everything in life, nothing ever got accomplished without defining the purpose, the goal. Why are we here? Why are you the mayor? Why are you the deputy mayor? Why did you apply to be a councillor? That answer to that question is key to whether you end up being relevant or just be on a roller coaster and the tenure is over. For many in public service, they define the purpose in many ways. For some, it is how much I'm going to grab and put in my pocket. That for them is the purpose. And if that is the purpose, the primary, the beginning and the end of the purpose of being in government, then much of what will be discussed here over the today, tomorrow, and next will just be a waste of your time. It will be a waste of your time. I remember an orientation program during my youth service. I served the then old Oyo State, now Oyo and Osun State. At the orientation program, somebody came to teach us Yoruba at the orientation program. And she was going on with the formal lecture, and after a while, a group of coppers at the upper deck, just like this particular convention hall, at the upper deck, started making a hell of noise. And those of us at the lower deck were confused. Why? And then they kept saying something, shouting, and then the woman said, yes, what is it? Somebody then raised his hand. Said, all this your grammar here, this is not why we came. Teach us one thing. The only thing we came to learn about Yoruba. We want you to teach us how to say in Yoruba, I love you. They said that's the reason they came for the lecture. We want teach us how to say I love you. So the moment he went onto the board and then wrote it and taught us how to say I love you, half of the hall, people started walking out of the hall. You get what I mean? I'm coming again about purpose. It all starts with purpose. Why are you in office? Because that is what will make this seminar become productive or unproductive for you. For many of us who were there, say, what am I doing? He hasn't come here to learn Yoruba. Just, if I learn how to say I love you, when he sees a girl in the street, he can say, Mofero Onre. We were taught that one. I think some of you who understand Yoruba now. We learned that one, and half of the hall emptied. So, if it is to put some stuff on your pocket, that's the purpose for being in office, much of the 2 days remaining will be a waste of your time. Because they will be speaking grammar about transparency, accountability, delivering service, how do we deliver, make our local governments clean, green, and clean. They will be talking about financial accountability, openness, and so on and so forth. They will be talking about security of life and property as being at the core essence of governance. They'll be talking about how do we get our school system to run, primary schools, primary health services to run. How do we deliver service to the people? For the people who come to the local government to demand for services, how many minutes, how many hours, how many days will it take a typical citizen to get service from the local government? All these bits that will be spoken, we'll be speaking maybe how meetings are held, phone quorum days and blah, 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 writing minutes. and some of the notes you are going to get here about how to run public administration will become useless unless you have a purpose in mind. So I will urge all of you, I always remind people, after swearing in, I always urge each person who has been sworn in to go home, take your oath of office and oath of allegiance, and paste it somewhere near in your office. Each morning, go back and reread your oath of office and oath of allegiance, because they remind you about purpose. They remind you why you are here and the principles that should guide your actions for that day and guide your actions for the rest of your tenure. And I want to remind you again, for the mayors, when you took the oath of office, and I want to believe that the councillors as well, you took your oath of office and oath of allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria and oath of office. Please go back to the wordings of those two oaths that you took. Remind yourself of those things every day, because they remind you of the purpose, the real essence. That at the end of this tenure, many have come. You have come. Many more will come. But where you are on this stage, make every minute count. Make every day count. Make every week count. Make every month count. Make this your tenure to count. So that by the time you finish, we are all beds of passage. Everyone in public office is a bed of passage. By the time we are all gone, you will be able to look back and say, I ran a good race. And you'll be proud that you ran a good race. And let me remind all of us, being in public service, at the end of the day, it is the service that we deliver. We will be judged by what we leave behind. We will be judged by the impacts on people's lives. We will be judged by how we change society. Because the few of you elected, those of you elected, 326 councillors, 21 mayors, 21 deputy mayors. Between the two of you, 42, plus 326, probably maximum 370, less than 400 of you have been called upon to lead in the service at the grassroots, to lead in the service, provide governance at the grassroots. You write down for each of you how you want the history books to remember you. It is a rare honor. It's a historic privilege that you are called upon at this particular moment in history to serve your people. I wouldn't waste much of your time getting into what I believe are the issues you are going to be dealing with. The technicalities of how to do this, how to do that, and how this, and so on and so forth, are the intergovernmental relations between the local government and the state government, between the local government and the various agencies of the state, and so on. Those are very good. Or how you even conduct yourselves as public officers. How you conduct yourselves as what? Public officers. There are various nuances that are very important. For the mayors, yes, I did change the title. Officially, most places, most states, the office is referred to as local government chairman. Isn't it? It's referred to as local government chairman. Here in Anambra, I noticed that several of our local government chairmen like the title mayor, and I decided to formalize it. So you now become mayors, deputy mayors. But in the law, we made the two of them interchangeable. So if you choose, if you are called local government chairman, you answer. If you are called the mayor, you answer, or deputy mayor, you answer, or the councillors. And now the councillors, I'm sure you are now, everywhere you go now, when they introduce you, and they just simply say, Mr. Celestine Okafor, what do you do? So, you know, this is all part of something. I'm just living with you the intangibles, where people value the title more than performance. And that's part of the challenge of this society, Nigeria. The titles become achievement. Titles often become what? Achievement. Unfortunately, that's part of the bane of our larger society. You come on, all the bogus titles we peddle around here in the country, much of which we got in from the British, but a society where bogus titles become accomplishment, are being mistaken for accomplishment. That society has a long way to go. I'm not trying to diminish the fact that you are honorables. But if you are called honorable, be what? Honorable. If you are called honorables, be what? Because people take it as title. I hope if you haven't Googled the dictionary meaning of honorable, just Google it. And each day, before you step out, remind yourself that I am what? I am honorable. And once you remind yourself that you are one, then behave as what? Honorable. Remind yourself the purpose, and don't confuse these bogus titles for anything. You know, I chose. It's a choice. That I chose, I'm not addressed as this, as excellency, blah, 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 blah. You simply address me by the specific name of the office. I am governor of the state. That's what is in the Constitution. There's the governor. And you simply address me as who? Mr. Governor. Full stop. We don't confuse these matters. We inherited our presidential system from America. We inherited it from the US. You don't find anybody there. President, have you ever had an American president being Your Excellency, this and that, or a governor of the state there? Your Excellency, you are this. This is the only country I know where before anybody speaks anywhere, he starts reading, calling the names of everybody in the audience before he says anything. We say it is protocol. Absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. To say it's protocol. What kind of protocol? Why don't you just get up, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, go to your point. You know? Let's go to what you got to do. And then when you finish that, when you even finish reading the long list, somebody is given to speak for 2 minutes. He spends 5 minutes on protocol. I am dropping something. I mean, there are a whole lot of big things to begin with, but I've chosen instead to speak to some soft issues that happen to be at the heart of governance, at the heart of delivering service. Keep it simple. Keep it what? Simple. You are just who you are. And I will tell you, when we were having an orientation program for new governors after May 2023, there was an orientation program for new governors. And at the dinner before the program began, one of the former governors gave a dinner speech about life after service as governor. And he began to talk about how his phone used to ring when he was governor and how it stopped ringing most of the time after he became governor, after he left office, that sometimes he will go and check his phone to know whether it still rings. And you know what? My message to all of you, I think in one of the sessions I was chairing, I started by referring to that particular presentation. And I said, my rule is simple. If you know the life that you will live after leaving office, start living it today while you are in office. Are you getting me? That way you are never ever going to feel fazed by anything. You never. But when you get on with all these bogus titles and your wings begin to overflow, do you know who I am? A whole honorable. Ngobeloge, honorable will have a PA. Bo. Yeah, PA. SA. To the after some months, the thing is over. And honorable. Mba, oluani chonyo ga tabiaka n'ụzọ. I think you are finding this a lot of fun. All I'm telling you, please let us keep it what? Simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. You walk abroad, you see prime ministers, presidents, and whatever, high-ranking officials, several countries, and you see them walk into the aircraft like any other person, carrying their hand luggage, and so on, put their thing there, get on. In our own case here, you find this, mid-level officers, and he's traveling with 10 other people. Because once he has become honorable, once he has become this, he can no longer carry his handbag. How can a whole me carry my handbag? You have to look for somebody else. And that's why when I was traveling in the run-up to Easter, I didn't even know. As I came out of the aircraft, took my thing, and I was pulling my, my trolley, going my way. I didn't know somebody was taking a video behind me, taking a video of the governor of Anambra, pulling his own bag and going his way, and so on and so forth. I don't know. For me, actually, traveling or getting out and being myself, all by myself, carrying my bag and doing my own thing, is really the time that you regain your freedom. Because this life that we are living here with all these people around you is not life. You know? Yeah. All these I see all these people with AK-47 following you left and right. You are in we are in a glorified prison yard. This two are not about. I'm in a glorified prison yard. And I'm excellency, excellency, excellency. You guys are the ones enjoying. You can walk your street. So the little opportunity I find to become human again. You want somebody again to be carrying around. Leave me. Don't touch my bag. Let me take my thing and go my way. Be yourself. Authenticity. Authenticity. Be who you are. Leave off all these bogus decorations, and so on and so forth. Be who you are. Sustainability. Your personal lifestyle will have impact on how you will deliver service. Your personal lifestyle. When you stretch it so up, it will affect you. Because you are no longer able to bend down and pick that pure water bag on the street. How can a whole me do it? I don't know if you get me. I'm just trying to drop a few nuggets. I'm not talking about the programs you are going to do. I'm talking about the new Anambra State law, this, blah, blah, blah. We have ample time to discuss those ones, and I'm sure you will have chance to discuss all of those. And that's part of the basis of our Anambra State local government administration law. It's simply to ensure that the local government system operates in a sustainable and productive manner. In a sustainable and productive manner. That would deliver service to the people. There was a time in this state when at the end of the month, some local governments will pay salaries and